first one, the first variation is in sitting position, and that's just going to be rotating the neck. So how we're going to do that is essentially forehead and chin, or you could go back of head and chin. I typically like to go back of head and chin if I was going to do this, just because you have more control. And all you're going to do is create a little bit of traction, going up, and then you can rotate. And make sure you rotate more with your body than with your hands, because I find if you rotate with your body, if you move your body more than you move your hands, you'll feel more. Your hands will miss some stuff. But if you can do it with your body, you'll be able to feel a little bit more, I think. Yeah?
If you have a client who, this goes for every part of the body, who's not dead weight at all, who's helping you with everything, what's a polite way to tell them to stop?
I would just kind of coach them on it. I need you to be dead weight, so do your best to not do anything and just be limp. And that's difficult, so then you just take the time to coach them. So just lay in my hand, don't do anything, and then explain to them why. And usually people can get it pretty easily. So that's simple. It's that easy. You gonna make it?
I just died right now.
You're not gonna die.
We're all
Anders, please don't
CPR
do that.
certified.
I don't like that.
I'm sorry.
So
Get her Jane Well points. Get her one.
So now what you're going to do, essentially the same thing, just a different way, is you can stand behind the client or in front of the client. I'm going to stand behind the client. I'm going to cradle, I'm going to put the ear in the junction. Okay? So that my thumb is behind it and my fingers are in front of it. And I'm just going to... So her body is moving. I'm going to ask her, just keep your body still and just let me have your head.
Okay.
So we need your head to be dead weight. Case in point.
Yeah. Thank
And
you.
she still wants to go with it.
I'm not trying to.
So I would give traction upwards and then just rotate around. Try to feel any restrictions. Okay? Not doing a lot of this sort of rotating. Not doing that. Just rotating on axis.
Is this number 2?
Yeah. Then you can go ahead and lay on your back. We've already done this essentially with stretching. This is just the way that you do it with rotating. So here, remember this one? We did a stretch this way. So this way, all you're going to do is rotate.
Oh.
I did that crazy thing with the client and
So, you don't want to do rotating with a pinched nerve. Still, FYI. That's just something that's in the book. So, it's really good to do for restriction, lack of range of motion, but you'd never go and take the range of motion too far. Work with the range of motion. You can do some stretching to increase the range of motion, but essentially you're just working with the range of motion to make it easier, work with restrictions. So this is very simple, but the thing that I'm going to want to see and Dr. Joe is going to want to see, and that's going to help you as a therapist, is to use your legs and your body. I mean, notice the position that I'm in here. My back is straight and my legs are down. I'm almost in this deep squat. This is why movement and yoga is so important. Tai Chi, things like that. Because what I can't do in this position, I can't be like this. I just can't be. My legs can't be together like this. I can't be bending at the back. My butt cannot be higher than my shoulders. Because this is not going to work. This is going to last about 2 years, 3 years, and you're going to end up having some kind of back pain. Severe. Doing this 3 or 4 days, or 3 or 4 hours a day. So you have to be able to get the butt down, back straight, and get this movement happening. I mean, if it's hard, just a little bit of work. Okay, so you can move your full body. That's a very important thing, especially how they feel it when you're doing it. So that's number 3. Oh, and then number 4 is just the figure 8 rotation. Figure 8 stretching that we did in the supine full body routine. So does everybody remember how to do that?
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to have it on film.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one. It has to be on film. So I'm gonna go through it, but I just want to make sure that you guys can remember it and remember some of the major things we want to look for. So we're gonna naturally put my hands. So if you want to see where the hands are at, they're at the back of the occipital ridge. Okay, and I'm just gonna get a natural turn on her head. Okay. At first, I'm going to be doing a lot of work with my right hand going to her left shoulder. Okay? Excuse me. So, what I want to do is get her chin to her shoulder and then a little bit farther. So, I'm going to pull, so I'm all the way over. Remember, ear to sky. Pulling, chin to shoulder. But I'm not satisfied with that because I know I don't see her shoulder coming up here too much. So, I know I still got some room to stretch. Now she's starting to move, so I'll take that chin. My back of my hand is still on the table, and at this point, the back of the hand on the table, the left hand is doing most of the work. The right hand has a tendency to pick up, but you can push down with your right hand so that right ear is going down towards the table to transfer the right ear to the shoulder. So her right ear touched the shoulder. And now I'm going to transfer everything to the right hand. So at this point, she's very flexible in her neck, so this is easy. Someone a little bit stiffer, it wouldn't look this easy. And I would kind of have to roll a little bit to get her ear up to the sky. So now once her ear is to the sky, the chin and nose are leading.
So even if the person's not flexible, you still try to get their ear to the sky?
Yeah, absolutely. Chin to shoulder. Ear to shoulder. How does that feel, Cam?
Good.
Notice this is slow and even and methodical. My whole goal is for it to be like one constant movement. Again, footwork is imperative. Being able to move your body the way you want to move it. You can't do this standing still in one place. You have to, essentially, to make it work right, you have to be able to move left and right pretty fluidly. That's essentially it. Making sure to never what with your head?
Lift it up.
Right. The back of your hand, either hand, never leaves the table. Okay. So that's rotations with the neck. Any questions? Okay. Huh? No? Okay. Kim, I'll have you sit down again, please. This one's fun. You guys are going to like this one. Okay, so, right hand, please. Yep. So we're going to do rotations on the shoulder. Her arm is going to be dead weight, okay? So here's how we're going to do this. Essentially, we're going to start, okay, I'm going to have to start like this. At a 45-degree angle or the natural angle of the shoulder, okay? Now what I'm going to do is take her arm in this circular motion, and then my hand is going to come over top like that. And it's going to be in a fencing type movement. Ooh, without doing that. So essentially what you want to do is be able to get your wrist through the hand. So you're punching through the sky over her shoulder so that I can control it at this place. And her hand would still be dead. She's holding it, which is fine. If they hold a little bit, but you want them to be able to go in either direction. So you can start like this. The problem with that is if she's very limp here, then it's not going to hold. But if she'll hold just a little bit, or if I get it low, then I can just hold with my wrist up, and then I've got the rotation. Okay?
That's cool.
So there's shoulder rotation. So just start slow when you're starting this. Start very slow, okay? You can start like this, and all you're gonna do is reach up, okay, over their shoulder, and then come around. If you wanna to grab the hand here, that's fine. Then as you come back around, you shoot through. It's about that fast shooting through to get that. Otherwise, you'll be flailing and then twisting the arm because you'll have to grab. So everything has to be done without a hold, really. Just moving around the arm. You want the arm to stay like this, as if I was doing a rotation like this. So it's not moving like that at all. It's not twisting. Okay, so it's all about this quick shooting through at the bottom, like that. And then I just bring it up.
Do you do this in your practice?
Because I don't use a chair. If I did use a chair, I would absolutely do this. It's fun.
Yeah.
If I did chair massage, I might do this during chair massage.
You just have them flip around?
Either flipping around, I could probably make it work like this with a limited range of motion for a lot of different reasons, but I like the dynamic effect of it. So, but I don't have people in a chair in my practice, so. So that's the first one. The second one you've already done in chair massage. Right arm, please. Remember this?
Mm-hmm.
So, really tender up here with the pec major tendon. So I'm going to give just a little bit of pressure back as I come forward.
Just a little bit?
Yeah, it's just a little bit.
It's a lot, actually.
It's actually not a lot, but it's a lot to her.
It's
It's a very little bit to me.
It's a very lot.
It's about 10%.
It's about 55.
10% of my grip, 55% of her threshold. There's a lot of strength left in that hand. So that's two sitting shoulder variations of rotating. So I'll have you supine again, please.
That was
Okay,
cute.
so there's a couple ways you can do this one. What you're going to do is have their hand essentially rest on their clavicle or around their clavicle. And then all you're going to do is rotate the arm like this. The thing that happens if you don't hold the arm or the hand here is that the slap will happen and it might come off at this point. So what you could do is just hold it here and then rotate. And I would be at the head of the table during the rotation because if you're down here, look where my hand is. So already I'm at a position of non-comfortability, I guess. Danger zone, yeah.
It's a
So
good word.
by here, I can just pull up. Okay. Another variation that's not in the book is,
Ooh,
you all right?
yeah, that just took them.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
done. Yeah, good.
what I'm going to do is kind of pin her shoulder down here at the pec major tendon, making sure that that's most of my pressure is there. Because I want to essentially stretch that fascia out in that tissue because it's tight. And I'm going to rotate against that pressure.
Mm.
So this is really good for sports massage. Getting my body into a good position so I can get the most circle out. How's that feel?
That hurts, but it's
In a good therapeutic
Right,
way?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you could do it either way. Do it like this, but obviously my fingers are in the position to go danger zone. So this is the easiest, most appropriate way to do this. And you could do either way with your circle. Okay. You could also get some points and work those points as you do it. I won't do that because it's going to be too much for her. But so also some other variations for shoulder rotations. Any questions on that?
Mm-mm.